Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up, people, and welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. I am your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big ups to that 501 and that 317. And I'm back with another one, man. I got a very, very special guest on the line with me today. He is a trainer. He trained Jamel Herring, Steve Nelson, Maurice Hooker, and the pound for pound #1 in the world, Terence Crawford. I am joined by Brian McIntyre. What's going on, Bo Mac?
What's the word, y'all? What's the word?
Man. My first question for you is, man, is a question that everybody, got. What you doing during this coronavirus time, man? How you staying focused? How you keeping your guys in mind?
Everybody got their own times to come in and work out. Like here in an hour and a half, Terrence go at noon, and then a couple of the other younger fighters that live here in town, they come in at 3. It's that 10 people rule here and shit.
How do you keep your fighters focused, even though like we ain't got no light at the end of the tunnel, we ain't got no days, we ain't got no dates for any kind of fights coming up? How you make sure they have that focus?
Just stay in contact with them, make sure they stay in shape, they're keeping the weight down. Just try to give them any news that I get, give to them, and just give them hope.
Hell yeah, man. A lot of people need hope, you know what I'm saying, nowadays with all this craziness going on. But let's go ahead and get right into it, man. Jamel Herring, he is supposed to be scheduled to fight Carl Frampton. And I was looking at the story, and it says that the fight is supposed to be overseas. Like, what was the thought process of letting Jamel Herring go overseas to fight Carl Frampton and not have it in the US?
Well, this is a challenge that Jamel wanted, and I feel like if if he feel it in his heart and he knows what he's stacked up against, that he knows that he can win the fight. So I'm gonna ride with him on it.
So you wasn't against him going overseas. You was riding with him like, hey man, you said you want to do it. You believe you can do it. You go over to his backyard. And
Exactly. Yeah, we talked about it. I said, man, you sure you don't want to? I asked him. I said, you sure you don't want to? Because this is a voluntary defense. And he was like, no, man, let's go ahead and knock him off, and then come on back and fight in the United States. I said, okay, all right, that's what he want to do, and that was his first, his first decision. He didn't think about it, what I'm saying. He didn't have to guess on it. This is exactly what he wanted to do. So when you get fighters like that, say, oh fuck him, I'm going over there to fight him. I'm going over there to fight him. So let's go, man. That just shows you how much confidence that he have in himself and he have in his team.
so, what kind of challenges do you think Carl Frampton presents to Jamel Herring? Is it just, you know what I'm saying, the home field advantage, or do you think Carl Frampton has some things that you guys may have to watch out for?
Well, yeah, definitely the home field advantage. But he kind of tricky. I watched him fight the McCary fight, and McGarry, whatever that kid's name that he just fought. He was a good boxer, a little young kid, good boxer, and he just took everything away from him. And
Okay.
so you got to kind of, he would like to stay in the pocket and slip and deliver. You know what I'm saying? He'll cut the distance down real fast. So and when you get fighters like that, you got to kind of, you know, you beat them at their own game. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to cut the distance, you cut the distance yourself. You ain't got to necessarily cut the distance with your legs. You know what I'm saying? You just cut the distance with the punches.
How likely is it after Jamel fights Carl Frampton that we possibly see him in a unification fight with possibly Miguel Burchell? You know what I'm saying? I know you guys got him over there on the same stable as Top Rank.
Oh, that's real likely, man. That's the game plan that that me and Jamel talked about, and then I sat down and talked with Carl Moretti, the vice president of Top Rank, and if he can get past, I think his name is Oscar Valdez. I think that's who he's supposed to fight or something like that. He get past that fight, and then that's going to be the next fight up for Jamel.
Do you think he's going to be able to get past Oscar Valdez, seeing Oscar is moving up? And we all know
Yeah,
Berchella is
I
a
think
come forward fighter.
yeah, I think he can. That fight just plays right into his hands. He's short, like to bang, and that's exactly what Berchella like to do. I seen Berchella try to box and shit, but as soon as that fight broke out, he just went back to his old self.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hey, man. It's what they say, fear of fight. You know what I'm saying? You go back to what you always do.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it is, man. Most fighters try to do that. Oh, I'm gonna do this more. I'm gonna do that more. But as soon as you get busted in your mouth, that's what's gonna happen.
Speaking of somebody want to bust somebody in the mouth, man, I was reading an article the other day had Maurice Hooker as the headline. He was saying that he really, really wants to shut up Regis Prograis. He really, really want to knock him out, and he really doesn't like the way that the guy talks. You know what I'm saying? When his name is mentioned. How are we keeping Maurice Hooker focused? And I know he was ready for the fight in April. You know what I'm saying, with Regis, but it got canceled due to, you know what I'm saying, the ongoing pandemic. But how is Hooker staying focused, and is he in trouble of letting Regis get under his skin?
No. He's not in trouble, man. See, here's another scenario that plays out. And see, when you get fighters, now I'm around fighters all day long, young fighters, old fighters, past fighters, beginning fighters. But once you get that first instinct about them, and that's one thing Maurice has towards Regis. He want to fuck this dude up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all he talk about. It's all he talk about. Man, I'm gonna knock this dude off, man. This dude, I don't like this dude. I don't like this dude. So it's not hard to train a fighter like that, man. Once he know he got it set inside of his mind, and he's played it out, he's lived it out, he did everything that he needs to do before he step in that ring to beat this dude. That's the easy part about it. That what keeps him motivated. That makes the job, that makes the coaching job easier, because he's going to do everything that he needs to do or what's asked of him in training camp. So he's fully prepared by the time he go in that ring. And that's one thing about Maurice, man, working with him for the last couple of years is, he likes to be fully prepared. The couple fights I done work with him, and he wants to knock this dude off. He want to shut this dude up, man.
Now, when you look at like a lot of the experts, a lot of the betting lines, they got Regis as the favorite in that fight. Do you think that you guys are being a little bit disrespected, seeing that both guys were a champion and both guys kind of lost, you know what I'm saying, the belt to the guy who's unified right now?
To be honest with you, man, I don't care about that shit, man. That don't make me nothing. That's not going to change the way that we're going to train him. It's not going to change the way the fight is going to go. You better believe, like I told him at the press conference, Maurice, the fight is going to be tough for the first couple rounds, and then it's going to end up playing out as Maurice is going to dominate this cat. And if he get a chance to stop him, he's going to stop him, man. Trust me. The one thing about them cats over there, I know for a fact can't adapt to what they about to step up against, man. You know what I'm saying? I done watched Regis. I done watched him over and over and over again, and he gonna get picked apart, partner. Watch. And I want to see what their plan B. When I say see what their plan B is, I'm talking about his coaching staff. I want to see what his coaching staff is going to do. Is he going to be able to adapt in that corner and tell his fighter what to do to try to get the job done? I don't think they're on that level yet.
Now, let's say this fight turns into a physical inside kind of fight. Most people think that would favor Regis.
That'll favor Regis. Yeah, as the fights, if it plays out like that. But I don't think it's gonna play out like that, man. Okay. I promise you, it's not gonna play out like that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be well prepared. You have to be well prepared when you step in that ring. That's also goes back to the training, the coaches and stuff. They need to look and see, what Rodriguez does good, what he does bad. You know what I'm saying? So what he does good, you take that away from him. You know what I'm saying? Just take that shit away from him and see can he adapt in. And I guarantee you, he won't be able to adapt. I guarantee that.
Why are you so sure that he won't be able to adapt, and his team won't give him the right instructions for him to adapt?
Because I've watched his last couple fights, man. I've watched his last couple fights. If they can't do it then, what makes you think they're gonna do it now?
Hey man, I'm just a guy asking the questions, big dog. I ain't got them kind of answers.
I understand.
I ain't got them kind of answers. Let's go ahead and move on, man. There have been rumblings about a possible Kell Brook matchup with Terence. What type of threat does Kell Brook still pose?
I asked T that the other day. Matter of fact, what's today? Today, Thursday. I asked him that Tuesday in the gym. I said, man, you know what I'm saying? What you see out of Brook? And he would just say, hey, he likes to fight. That's one thing about him. He likes to fight. He'll fight you all the way to the end until he can't fight no more. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't that type of fighter. Kell Brook ain't that type of fighter. When you got fighters that got three and four losses on their record, and they get to a level, they get to a point into the fight to where they just fight to survive. But Brook ain't like that. He'll fight all the way to the end. He'll keep trying all the way to the end to where he don't got no more. So that's a threat right there. You know what I'm saying? And but I believe it's going to get to a point to where he ain't got no choice but to either one quit on the stool or get stopped.
Damn. Now most people would say, man, Kell Brook ain't fought at 147 since he fought Errol Spence. He been campaigning at 154, you know what I'm saying, even fighting at 150. Most people would say Terence Crawford maybe is picking on Kell Brook, you know what I'm saying, trying to get the guy weight drained. What do you say to that?
I say Kell Brook called out Terence. Terence didn't call out Kell Brook. Did you see Terence anytime soon or in the past in the last 2 or 3 months? You see him call out Kell Brook? No, Kell Brook got out there, got on the mic. I could be the one to beat Terence Crawford. Or you think you could be the one? All right, now you just then stuck your foot in your mouth and shit. Now you gotta live up to your words and shit. You're gonna go in there and gonna get destroyed. Now all the excuses is coming out. Terence didn't create those excuses. You know what I'm saying? These fans creating the excuses. He opened his mouth. Now he gotta live up to what he want, like what he's asking for. Hey, let the cards play out.
Absolutely. Now, seeing as Kell Brook has fought Errol Spence and gave Errol Spence a pretty good fight, is there any pressure on Terence Crawford if the fight does happen to get the stoppage on Kell Brook, sort of like Errol Spence did?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, just as long as we go in there and we get the win, and then we move on to what's next. You know what I'm saying?
And what's next?
I'm not going. Yeah, man, shit, man. We might have to move up to 54, man. You know what I'm saying? We had talked about it.
That's what I was going to ask you, man.
We had talked about it a couple times, and so it's a great possibility. We just might move up and shit.
So ain't no possibilities out there after you fight Kell Brook of a potential Errol Spence matchup or somebody from the PBC side like Sean Porter or Danny Garcia is rumored to be fighting Errol Spence this summer. But like those two guys,
man. Hey, listen. Hey, if those fights haven't materialized yet, man, ain't no sense in trying to sit here and try to keep getting something that's not even on the table. You might just go on, move on about your business, and don't start your career out, and then just keep on fighting. Then if the fight do materialize, hey, maybe it materialize at 54 or somewhere right there. Because if he can make 54, he still can make 147.
Absolutely. I thought Terence called Errol and they came to some kind of conclusion that they will be fighting each other if not this year, then most certainly next year.
Well, hey, let's just see how it plays out, man. Just like I said, if he make 54, he still can make 47. Man, Terrence don't walk around bloated or nothing like that between fights, man. He walk around at 62, 63. He stay in the gym all the time. You know what I'm saying? If he got to go next week, or I gonna say next week, if he got to go 6 weeks from now, he'd be ready. Ain't no pre-working out or nothing like that because he always stays in the gym.
Always stays in the gym. I bet this coronavirus like is right up his alley. Not saying like, you know what I'm saying, like that, but far as just being home with family, being in the gym and staying working out, that's what Bud do all the time, right?
That's what he does all the time. You know what I'm saying? And only thing he can't do right now is travel like he like to travel. He like to go to little different places on the weekends or something like that, or get out the country for a week or something like that. But he ain't changed his schedule none, man. He's still in the gym. He working out in the mornings. He get his second workout in with the boxing workout in. If it's called for two workouts that day, or if it's just called for one workout that day. He's very, very disciplined young fighter, man.
We had another welterweight make the news this week. Keith Thurman came out and said that he wants to regain his own old form and dominate the welterweight division again. I know with Bud in the division, you know what I'm saying? You think Bud is the number one guy, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna ask you that. But do you think Keith Thurman can come back and dominate the PBC side of things and get his titles back?
Nah, hell no, man. Shit, no. He could fight some of those 147 pounders over there that make it look like he's the number two guy over there. But as far as dominate the division, he got a long road back. So hey, best wishes to him, and let him do his thing.
But Bo, man, let's say Keith Thurman comes back and he's the Keith Thurman before he fought Sean Porter. Everything's healthy, no lingering issues, no elbow, no hand, no none of that. You don't think Keith Thurman can possibly, you know what I'm saying, get back and give Errol Spence a run for his money?
No, I think Spence will probably stop him, man.
Damn.
I think he'll stop. If he can catch up with Keith, he'll stop him.
Stop him?
Yeah, he'll stop him. He'll stop him. But Spencer, man, he gotta use his legs, man. He gotta be able to use his legs more than just one way. You know what I'm saying? Because Keith, man, he'll dance circles around you and shit. He'll be in and out and shit. If Spence can keep up with him and have his punches precise, I think he'll stop him.
Wow, that's a big statement right there. We ain't never seen Keith stop. Even when we seen him hurt, we seen him manage to get out the round. So stop him. Wow.
Yeah, but see, that's different. But that's a different fighter, and he gets a different animal in there. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
That's way different animal. Hey, Spence, man, he gonna go for the kill. He going for the kill. That's just the type of fighter he is.
Speaking of Errol Spence, there's been rumors that him and Danny Garcia are supposed to fight this summer, you know what I'm saying, after everything's cleared up with this pandemic. At what level do you expect Errol Spence to come back at, and what kind of threat does Danny Garcia pose to him in that potential matchup?
It's gonna be tough for a couple. It's gonna be a back and forth for the first couple rounds, and then Errol's probably gonna walk away with the fight towards like 7, 8, 9, and 10, or maybe 8, 9, 10, and 11. He'll walk away with it. He might take the 11th round off and finish strong in the 12th round. But I think it's an easy fight for Spence. He got a good chin. He's strong. He's bigger than Garcia, Danny, and it's just a matter of time before he get him out of there, just beat him.
What do you rate Danny Garcia in the group of welterweights right now? Is he above like a Sean Porter? Is Sean Porter him on the same level, or is Danny?
I think he probably like fifth, probably fifth, sixth or fifth, 5 or 6. Yeah. He ain't in that top epsilon no more, man.
Did now was there anything to come? I know that there was an offer sent to Danny Garcia a couple of years, well, maybe like a year and a half back. Has there been any kind of like rumblings or any kind of negotiations behind the scene with a Danny Garcia that possibly like we don't know about?
No, hell no. We always ask him. We always have Bob or Carl send us, like a little, you want to fight, a little offer out, but nothing ever materialized, man. Those guys over there, what they doing is they fighting amongst each other. They milking the cow, and then once the cow goes dry, and then they'll look for plan Bs and shit. But right now they got a slew of 147 pounders over there, and for them to go out and fight one of the dangerous fighter in the game and shit, that's something that I don't think their advisors gonna even advise them to do.
I would tend to like agree with you on that. Right now, they do have a lot of 147. So why risk your fighter against one of the best guys in the sport when most people don't think he's not going to be able to win? And maybe the promotional company feels the same way. Mikey Garcia has been in the news. You know what I'm saying? He's been rumored to possibly be in a showdown with Pacquiao. Do you think Mikey has what it takes to beat Pacquiao at 147, seeing as that he had a tough fight with Jesse Vargas at 147?
Hell no, man. Pacquiao at 41 years old, go box the shit out of him, man. Gonna box the shit out of him.
So you don't think with the way Pacquiao jumps in and out, Mikey Garcia got good timing, got good range and good distance, and he's not going to be fighting a guy who's overly bigger than him, like an Errol Spence or even a Vargas.
Listen, man. Pacquiao gonna beat Mikey Garcia. He gonna box the shit out of him. He gonna do the same thing to him that he did to Thurman. The guy still got good legs. He still got speed. He still punches in bunches. And fucking Mikey, slower than molasses. Don't like to move his feet. You know what I'm saying? He got good timing. But how you offset timing? Feints, hand feints, leg feints, shit like that, man. He gonna offset that dude and he gonna beat him.
I see how the way you break down fights and the way you give me like your opinion about guys in the ring. Do you feel like you are underrated as a trainer? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to like the year in and year out awards?
Man, you know what? I get pissed off sometimes and shit, man. But it's boxing and shit, man. People got their favorites. Fighters got their favorites. As long as my fighters is winning, that's what's important to me. Absolutely. Do I get upset? Fuck yeah, I get upset. That BWAA award, they gave that to Canelo this year. I remember Bud did the same thing, moved up in weight, unified, undefeated, and he didn't even get fighter of the year. His coaching staff didn't even get trainer of the year that year. Canelo goes up and do the same thing, fights an old man and shit, 36 years old, and beats that dude. And they give him and his trainer, fighter and trainer of the year and shit. So, writers got their favorites. And then after talking to a few writers, you could just hear in writers' voices, "Oh, Bo Mac, if you don't get it this year, you're definitely going to get it next year, buddy. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit." You know what I'm saying? So, and just try to just listen to all these different writers and just being around them. You know what I'm saying, man? You could feel the vibe. You could see it in the way they write, who they want to really give it to. Like Roger Mayweather never got a fucking a trainer of the year.
That's
all
a travesty.
Shit that Floyd,
that's a travesty right
all
there.
that fucking Floyd did in the fucking game. Beat all those dudes, man. And I think Floyd had 4 or 5, 4 or something like fighter of the year, and his trainer never got one. Now the man that passed away and shit. And all those writers, and if all you writers hear me, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself, man. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. But y'all get these other dudes and their trainers, fighter and trainer of you at the same time. And these other guys do shit like that and won't even fucking do it. I'm gonna tell you what I really pissed off about. Last year, Terence defended his fucking titles twice. Stop both dudes. Jamel goes up and beat a dude that he was favored. The dude was favored. I'll box the shit out that motherfucker, man. Just box the shit out that motherfucker. Hey, made him look like he was stupid. Then look like he was a Golden Glove third place winner from Omaha, Nebraska. Turn around, beat a young kid. The kid, what? I don't know what's his name was. I don't know how old he was. 24, 25 or something like that. Beat the shit out that boy. You know what I'm saying? They didn't give us no credit. But do I get mad about that shit? Yeah, I get mad about it. But hey, it's boxing, man. Anything can happen in boxing. So I just keep on pushing, man.
Absolutely. Now, I'm glad you brought up Canelo because I wanted to ask you this question. Does it bother you when people put Canelo at the pound-for-pound #1 spot? And seeing as when Andre Ward retired, it kind of was like a consensus that everybody knew, like Terence Crawford is that guy now. But lo and behold, a year and a half, 2 years later, they got Canelo pound-for-pound #1. Does that bother you?
Yeah, it bothers me. It just goes back to the same. These writers, man, they got their favorites. They got their fucking favorites, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, Golden Boy's own Ring magazine. Mm-hmm. So ordinarily, all those guys over there work for the same company that he is getting promoted by. So of course, when he goes up and do the unbelievable, as they say, beat a dude that a guy that's on his way down on his career, struggling his last couple fights, that he goes up and beat him and stop him and shit, and they think that's the world of him. Oh, let's put him pound for pound. No shit, no. You have younger guys doing that, beating up on other guys, champions, stopping them. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to put my guy up there, man. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man.
Hey man, sometimes you ain't got the complexion for the protection around this boxing thing.
Say it again, bro.
Hey, I want to ask you though, man. Do you ever think we're gonna get the Canelo versus Charlo fight or Canelo versus Andrade fight? A lot of people saying like that these guys need to do something. These guys, I'm like, man, Charlo wasn't the mandatory for almost a year, and Canelo became franchise champion. Demetrius Andrade is on the zone over there, just waiting for a big fight. Been calling Canelo name out. Like, what does these guys have to do? Both of them are champions, and he's coming back down to fight Gennady Golovkin, though.
Man, I tell you this. I just, some fighters just being protected, man. Some fighters just being protected. It's just like, I could see them doing Canelo like PBC doing the 47 pounders over there. Fight around motherfuckers that's so close. That's like getting next to going to the beach and not getting wet, but you go so close. You step in damp sand, but you don't actually step in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Because you really don't want to get wet. Just like brother Nassim Richardson, swim without getting wet. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to swim in that division, but not trying to fight the fighters that's calling you out. That people know gonna give you a run for your money. If you wanted to be considered the best, fight the best then, man. Quit bullshitting. Quit fight these motherfuckers, old man and shit, or these motherfuckers that ain't gonna bring shit to the table. Fight one of these young cats, man, that's just a couple years older than you, who look you in your face and tell you, fuck you, fuck anybody, and whatever you stand for. Fight me, motherfucker, since you think you so damn tough. But, hey, he trying to swim without getting wet.
Yeah, man. Those are two fights that I definitely want to see. I want to get your opinion about what Teddy Atlas has to say. He said when he was watching the Derenchenko and Gennady Golovkin fight that he feels like Golovkin is becoming maybe a shot fighter, and he expects Canelo to dominate, if not stop him in the trilogy fight. Do you think Gennady Golovkin at this stage of his career he's becoming a shot fighter?
Well, I ain't gonna say he's shot, man, because he's still got a lot of fucking heart shit. If he performs the way he performed that last fight with that cat, yeah, he's shot. He just could have had an off night. But if he get two performances back to back like that, yeah, he might as well go to, you know, go retire or something, man, because you can't just get your ass kicked like that and then expect motherfuckers to give it to you again. You know what I'm saying? Especially fight Canelo and shit. And Canelo gonna try to do everything he can to try to stop him. You know what I'm saying? So I thought Triple G won the first one, but Canelo won that second one. So we'll see what's gonna happen that third one though.
What does a stoppage do for Canelo at this point in time in his career? We've seen Triple G take some of Canelo's best punches in that first fight and in the second fight. So if he's able to stop Gennady Golovkin, I would think that says a lot, because the last thing that Gennady Golovkin has is his power and a great chin.
But you gotta think about it though. If Canelo stopping, it's gonna look great. It's gonna look good to the world because he just stopped him the first two fights. The first fight they called it a draw, but everybody thought that Triple G won. Then that second one, it was really close. Some could say that Triple G, or it could have been a draw, or the Canelo got it. But me, a hardcore boxing fan, if he's stopping, it's not gonna do shit for me as a fan, because the simple fact that is Triple G damn near 38, 39 years old. He's an old man.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo's still young. That's just like fighting what's his name? The dude he just stopped. Kovalev. That's not gonna impress me none.
Well, at least Triple G is not coming off a fight a month and a half before.
You say that again?
At least Triple G is not coming off a fight a month and a half before.
Yeah, that's not gonna impress me. That's not gonna. What's gonna impress me with this cat, man? Go fight that little young bull that's on your ass. That's called Boo Boo. They keep telling you ain't shit. Now you turn around and stop him. Oh yeah, I'm gonna consider you. I'm gonna consider you in the top 3 for pound. You knock him off, but you ain't gonna knock him off because you won't say his name.
Mm-hmm.
He won't even say Boo Boo. He won't even say I gotta go to the bathroom. He won't say boo boo. I got a boo boo because he might show up at his doorstep. He said I gotta take a shit.
He actually said that he don't see a challenge in Demetrius Andrade. He said Demetrius Andrade don't present a challenge to him.
Man, please, man, that dude, man, he's rangy. He's a boxer. You know what I'm saying? And Triple G. I mean, Canelo got a little bit more experience as far as high quality fights, high octane fights, and championship fights than Boo Boo. But Boo Boo boxing IQ in that ring will give that cat so much fucking trouble to where he might do what what's name did and say, no mas, man, I don't want no more of this motherfucking dude. I can't touch him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't there when I'm trying to hit him. This motherfucker all on me.
I'm gonna ask you a question about Demetrius Andrade. Do you think the zone and Matchroom has failed him because he's been calling out Canelo, been calling out Triple G, been calling out Jamal Charlo, but he's stuck fighting Luke Killer, and now he's got to fight Liam Williams, which is his mandatory, but he's not getting the big fights that he's been calling for.
Well, I can't. I don't know. You're right. You're right about that. He ain't. And he want those cats in. I don't know why Eddie Hearns ain't putting those dudes on the slab. You know what I'm saying? He wants to get his network bigger, and you must make good fights in order to get the network bigger.
Absolutely.
I don't know why. I don't know why they're not giving him those fights, man.
Yeah, I don't know why either. When Eddie Hearn is like a co-promoter of Triple G, I thought that fight, him and Andre, would be easier to make. But I guess if they want to get the Canelo fight out the way and then give Triple G like a Andrade or whoever at 160. But
what they need to do is, man, let them cats fight each other, man. Them you know what I'm saying? Them top fighters fight each other. If that's what they want, shit, let it happen.
Yeah, man. But the A-side thing in boxing, man, it's something real where if we don't want to fight you and we don't pick you, then we ain't gotta think about you.
Right.
Now you already answered that question. Do you ever see Terence Crawford campaigning at 154? But I want to ask you, who do you think is the best 154 pounder out there right now? 154 is a very, very deep division. In my opinion, it's the deepest division in boxing, and maybe the toughest division in boxing too.
54, man. I will probably say, I'll probably say, you probably gonna think this funny, man. I think Tony Harrison is probably the toughest dude to beat out there. I think he probably the toughest dude out there to beat.
Tony my guy. Tony my guy. And I was over the moon with like what he was doing in that Jamel Charlo fight. Just like he got too lackadaisical and too confident.
Yeah. He did. He just got too relaxed and shit, man, and then just got caught. He just got caught. But hey, this boxing, anything can happen in boxing. But if he goes back and be the fighter that he was that first fight, he'd be hard to beat, man. He's hard to beat, man, because he's a good ass boxer, a good boxer.
Yes,
and I seen that, and I seen how like he'll win the first part of the round, and then just kind of cruise the second part. I seen how he'll cruise the first part of the round and then win the second part of the round. I mean, cruise the first part of the round, then win the second part of the round. You know what I'm saying? Then I didn't see him cruise the whole fucking round. I didn't see him win the whole round. So he's a very knowledgeable boxer, man. You know what I'm saying? He got some good coaches and shit, man. Hey, that'd be a hard dude to beat and shit.
How would you improve upon Tony Harrison's cardio? Because it seems like in the Swift Jerry Hurd and the Willie Nelson fight and in the Charlo fight, it all seems like he got a little bit tired down the stretch. And that's why those guys were able to catch up with him and get the stoppage. What would you do as a trainer?
You know what I would tell him? I would say, man, listen, man, take you and your team, get your ass out to Colorado Springs, get up in that elevation, and y'all train up there for a month and a half or damn near 2 months. Go on up there, get some great nutrition up there, get your ass up there, get tucked away where nobody go fuck with you. Run those mountains, do those inclines, do those hikes, man. Ride your bikes up there and shit, man. Go for walks up there, open up your lungs and shit, swim up there, do everything that you can do up there. Then once it's time, you come down to sea level a couple days before the fight, boy, you feel like you can go for 100 rounds. Let me ask you a question. We train out there when it's time for big fights, right?
Absolutely. Y'all been
Have
there.
Have you ever seen any of my fighters get tired?
Man, that's a damn good question. Let me, Jamel, I ain't never seen Jamel, and I'm damn sure I ain't never seen Terence tired.
Right.
Never seen Steve Nelson tired. Nah, man, nah. Honestly, I never seen your guys have a. I really ain't never seen them guys really breathe hard in the corners.
Right. And so listen. The two fights that Maurice trained with us is the two fights that when he first beat Frampton.
Mm-hmm.
When he beat Frampton, he looked good, and when he stopped old boy down in Oklahoma, he trained with us.
Saucedo.
Saucedo.
Yeah, with Saucedo, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so those are two fights. Maurice was hand in hand with us, training with us. Him and his coaches. Well, his coaches shit. He trained hand in hand with it. He did everything that the mother fighters did. He fucking won. He had no problem with it. And guess what? Guess where we was at when they called the fight off?
Colorado Springs.
You goddamn right.
Colorado
So I know
Springs.
that's the factor. That's gonna be the factor. That plus the will of Maurice, and plus the great coaching staff that he the newly hired. Well, he newly didn't hire us. We've been around and shit, but we kind of had to be tucked off in the back and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? It's political.
Gotcha.
But what's gonna fuck up Regis? Watch. Mark my word. Soon after the fight, you can call me, and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna see. I told you. Watch.
Already. Now I want to ask you about this 154 one last time. Who do you see Terence Crawford, if you guys have to move up in after the Brook fight? Who do you see him matching up with at 154? Will it be like a Jamel Charlo? Will it be like a Patrick Teixeira, or will it be Yesin Rosario, who is the unified champion at the weight?
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't even really thought about it yet, man. I haven't even really thought about it. Now, I do got my eye on that WBO 54 pound.
Patrick, okay.
Yeah, I do got my eye on that. Now, that dude, he got a mandatory. He got to
fight Brian Castellano.
Yeah, so we're going to see how that fight plays out. You know what I'm saying? Because that fight actually was offered to us because they knew at 47 when them motherfuckers wasn't going to come over from there and fight Terence and shit. And
hold on. Golden Boy offer you guys that fight, or was it the
WBO? Yeah, fuck yeah. They offered it to us, man. And then we kind of sat on it. We sat on our hands too long and shit. So where you going with that, boy? And so then he end up got to do his mandatory and shit, because we was like, well, maybe we should go up to 54 and knock off that dude and shit. And then so it came back around. I was like, well, let's go back and go over there and talk to him. And then when we went back over there and talked to him, the fight was already going and shit. So I do got my eye on that fight.
Gotcha. Now, here's a question that I want to know. Ask you, were fight talks between Conor McGregor and what Bob Arum was saying and Terence Crawford, were they ever serious? Were they ever like actual, you know what I'm saying, being like talked about as a potential matchup?
We try to, how you throw your hook out there. You know how you throw your hook out there and you try to catch a fish and shit, and you go fishing. That's basically what that was.
Gotcha. He wasn't biting. I take it.
Yeah, that's basically what that was.
All right, moving on to Big George Foreman. He says he thinks with the proper adjustments that Deontay Wilder can beat Tyson Fury easily in the trilogy. Is he right?
Yeah, I think he's right, man. I think you're right, because you gotta like I said, you gotta look at the both fights and shit. Look what he was doing the first fight. He had a little bit success that first fight. You know what I'm saying? He almost had, the Gypsy King out of there. He almost had him out of there and shit. So obviously he was doing something right. So you go back and look at that and see what you was doing right, and then just trying to tweak it just a little bit. See when you caught him, how you caught him, what set up to make you caught him, and try to play off that. You know what I'm saying? See how you fought when you were coming forward. See how you fight when you're going left or right. You know what I'm saying? See what you was doing best, in that fight. And then try to play off of it. Just try to, shape and mold that. Get that, just do it with like a clay. Grab what you was doing good and try to shape and mold off that. With the like George said, with the proper adjustments, he could beat Tyson Fury.
Now, going back to what you said, build off what you were doing good. Are you referring to the first fight, or are you referring to the second fight? Because the first two rounds,
the first,
okay,
the first fight, because the second fight, Tyson Fury just on top of him, man.
yeah, he was.
He couldn't really get nothing off.
So how would you, as a trainer, like combat that when you see a guy being the bigger man and trying to use his weight to that advantage?
Oh, on that TV. I'm sorry. I missed your question.
I said, how would you, if you were Deontay Wilder's a trainer, combat a guy trying to use his weight and use his height the way Tyson Fury was using it?
Well, just try to use my legs more. Just tell Deontay Wilder use his legs more. That's it. And so he won't lean on him and all that shit, man. And just try to take his body away from him. So try to take his legs away from him. That's how I would just, and I got one trainer in my camp, man, that he always tell the fighters, man, 60-40, 60-40 the first couple rounds, 60-40, 60-40, 60% to the body, 40%, to the head. Try to get him to slow him down, and then if you go back and look at the BNB fighters, man, they throw a lot of body shots. Lot of body shots.
I was going to ask you, do you think Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight in the world right now?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I know what's the name is, what's the name is pretty good. That motherfucker can crack. That dude that got busted with the busted with the drugs, the brother.
Dylan White?
No, fuck no. He from America. Big dude. I can't think of his name right offhand.
Oh, Big Baby Miller.
Yeah, Big Baby Miller.
Miller.
That's a big dude, man. I seen him up close, man. He a big dude, man. And he can crack too, and he can box. Shit, man.
But Bo, man, I ain't trying to cause no disrespect to nobody out there, but how much of that was him?
What you mean?
I mean, you tell me the biggest fight of your career, you want to start doing drugs then? Come on, man. I ain't no fool.
Yeah, you're right.
You want to start.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I ain't never seen him lose, man. I ain't never really seen him struggle in fights, man. You know what I'm saying? And I only seen him fight a couple times. So I don't want to take nothing away from none of the other heavyweights, but I don't know, man. Shit, fuck, I don't know.
I got a couple more questions for you, man. Then I'm gonna let you go, man. We almost going on an hour. Now Teofimo came out, and he said that he but he wants to bully Lomachenko, kind of tire him out and try to go for the stoppage in the later rounds. He feels like the stoppage will present itself because he is the bigger natural 135er, and he feels like he can push Lomachenko like around the ring and kind of bully him. Do you think that that's a wise game plan for Teofimo Lopez?
No, I don't think so, man. Because if he's gonna do that, he's just actually getting closer to Lomachenko, and Lomachenko, man, is a freak of nature in that ring. And if you're getting close to him, you let that dude pound on you like that, shit, man. That might not be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? What I probably would suggest to him is, look for counters and try to make him keep up with your pace.
Absolutely. My second follow-up question is that at 135, who is the best young fighter? Is it Devin Haney? Is it Gervonta Davis? Is it Ryan Garcia? Or is it Teofimo Lopez?
Man, so okay, I can't really answer that question because the only person I've seen fight in person was Teofimo Lopez. I just seen him at the start of his career to where he at now, only because I commentated most of his fights, and the rest of those guys I never really seen them fight live. So, but they all great, good young fighters that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? So that's a weight class right there. That's a mix of pool of great, good young fighters. And if I had to lean to anybody, I probably had to lean to Teofimo.
Yeah, man. The takeover, like you say, is real. So we'll see in the future which one of those guys come out on top. My last question for you is: do you think that there is anyone at 175 that can beat Arthur Bitterbeef?
Shit, I don't know, man. I never really looked at him.
Oh, really?
I think I seen him fight one time, man.
You probably seen
I
him
think I seen him.
Vazdik, the guy that Teddy Atlas was training.
Oh, the nail. Okay, well, the nail. I thought the nail was gonna beat him, man, but he didn't beat him.
You thought the nail was gonna be Bitterbeef?
I thought the nail was gonna beat him, man. I seen the nail kind of come up a little bit because he's fighting.
Bitterbeef knocked him out in the amateurs.
Shit, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't fucking know that and shit. But he's a good fighter, man. I think I seen him fight twice.
Okay,
but I don't know. I don't say it. Canelo campaign at 75 sometimes and fight Canelo and shit. They about the same size and shit.
Hey, boy, Bitterbeef was way bigger than Canelo. You know what? Canelo stayed
He
away
a
from him.
He a little taller, but Canelo wide, man.
Yeah,
wide.
He definitely wide. He got a big back. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all, Bo Mac, man. I want to thank you for your time. I appreciate it, man. Big ups to everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? Training with you.
Everybody look at this is my little office and shit at home. Look, where's my man cave and shit? You know what I'm saying? Got my little shit up there. Got my memorabilia and everything and shit. Got my motherfucking 75-inch TV and shit. I was watching Manzone when you called. Manzone. Carlos Manzone.
Okay.
Yeah, man. They got that on Netflix since we are in this lockdown and shit.
What you been watching?
I gotta go, man. My family, they looking at me like, get the fuck off that phone.
Already, Bo Mac, man. Thank you for your time.
I appreciate it. Hey, anytime you need an interview, man, you know you gotta stay on me. You gotta stay on me.
Ain't no issue. I'm always gonna hit you up, man. I don't care if you don't text back. I'm gonna hit you up again.
All right, bro.
All right, man. Peace out.
All right, let me find this cord.
There y'all have it, man. World-renowned trainer, you know what I'm saying? Training some of the best guys in the sport of boxing. Shout out to Bo Mac, you know what I'm saying, for the interview. And until next time, yes, sir. Peace out.